I was standing at the door of my cabin when Victoria Ashworth, president of Pine Ridge HOA, waved an official-looking document right in my face. Mr. Marcus Bennett, under Heritage Clause 1847, this cabin is now HOA property. You have 72 hours to vacate. Behind her stood three burly men who looked more like enforcers from an action movie than HOA staff. Their eyes sent one message. We're here to take your home. But there was one thing they didn't know. Inside the timber beams of this cabin, hidden for 175 years, was a sign that changed everything. Music softens. My name is Marcus Bennett, 42 years old. For 15 years, I worked in Boston museums as a wood restoration specialist. I studied every grain pattern, every cut, every joint like a language. I moved to New Hampshire seeking peace. And at a land auction, I found it. Lot 47, a broken-down cabin starting at $1. Everyone laughed, but my trained eyes saw something else. The auctioneer announced, Lot 47, starting bid $1. When nobody showed any interest, I casually said, 25 cents. Heads turned. People chuckled, but I meant it. Under New Hampshire law, if no one places a second bid within 60 seconds, the opening bidder wins at any amount. 60 seconds passed. Silence. Gavel hits. I bought the cabin for $25. The next morning, I arrived at the cabin site. From the outside, the structure looked worn down, but inside it was shockingly solid. American chestnut timber, an extinct species. 19th century master-level joinery. Every joint mathematically aligned. This wasn't built by a regular craftsman. It was a hidden masterpiece, the work of a genius. I spent 3 weeks documenting everything. One day, through a broken window, I saw movement. A black BMW. Binoculars. A silver-haired, elegant woman was watching me. The next day, she returned. And the next. 6 times in total. Her observation was systematic, precise. She wasn't a neighbor. Something major was going on. The museum world taught me one rule. If someone is watching, they're after something valuable. So I installed hidden CCTV cameras. The footage confirmed it. The BMW woman wasn't alone. She inspected the property with different people each time. Professionally, deliberately. Something big was in motion. Then came the breakthrough. While cleaning the basement, I noticed a tiny symbol carved behind a beam. Under magnification, patterns emerged. Geometric lines, botanical designs, astronomical symbols. These weren't scratches. They were signatures. And not just one. 47 hidden signatures were embedded throughout the structure. I sent 12 signatures to Drive Eleanor Hartwell at the Smithsonian. At 11:30 p.m., she called me. Marcus, sit down. These symbols belong to Elias Whitmore. Elias Whitmore, the legendary folk artist who disappeared in 1850. A single Whitmore chair had sold for $400,000. A full building? Priceless. Millions. I didn't reveal everything immediately. Instead, I created an Instagram page, Wood Detective NH. I began posting small discoveries. The story spread quickly. Rumors grew, and Victoria's plan started to crumble. Victoria called an emergency community meeting. Friends, she announced, an outsider is stealing our heritage. I walked straight to the front row and said calmly, I'm not exploiting anything. I'm putting Pine Ridge on the national map. The crowd shifted. Victoria's jaw tightened. After the meeting, an elderly woman approached me. Mr. Bennett, I'm Eleanor Hartwell. I was the town librarian for 55 years. And there's something you need to know about the Ashworth family. She whispered, meet me tomorrow. Alone, across the parking lot. Victoria watched us from the shadows. The next morning, Eleanor led me to the basement archive of the library. She pulled out an old, locked leather-bound journal. Thomas Ashworth's journal. Victoria's great-great-grandfather. It revealed. Thomas tried to buy the cabin in 1849. Whitmore refused. Thomas used dirty, manipulative tactics to seize it. He failed, and the feud began. This wasn't new. This was a 150-year-old family vendetta. Eleanor opened a small wooden box. Inside was a handwritten letter from Whitmore. True ownership is written among the stars. Art cannot be possessed, only protected. It wasn't just poetic. It was a coded clue. Then Eleanor revealed the truth behind the Ashworth family. For over 170 years, they had used fake buyers, created shell companies, acquired surrounding land, formed the HOA to gain legal power, and waited for the last piece, my cabin. 12 lakefront lots were already in Ashworth control. Only one property remained untouched. Whitmore's masterpiece, my cabin, my 25-cent purchase, destroyed their 200-year plan. Eleanor's final documents confirmed. Victoria's resort plan was almost complete. She only needed one missing property, Whitmore's cabin. And the cabin's hidden stars clue wasn't just artistic metaphor. It was the key, the one thing that had kept the Ashworth family chasing this land for 175 years.